Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to part 2 of your astrological forecast for next week, which is all about Leo new moon, because we are entering into Leo season on Tuesday. So as I already mentioned, this is a part 2. If you would like to hear about the astrology of next week and this Leo new moon and look at the chart interpretation, then check out my part 1. In this part, I'm going to pull some cards. But once again, I would like to remind everyone that this is the final opportunity, final chance to book a reading with me at discounted price, because the prices are going to go back to normal from the beginning of the Leo season. So you technically have until the end of Monday. And with that, now let's move on to the cards and see what the cards want to say about this Leo new moon. So what is the energy of the Leo new moon? What are we seeing? All right, let's see. Queen of the Moon Oracle. What is the message from the moon herself? Now very strictly connected to Jupiter in Cancer. Okay, blossoming. Wow, this is interesting because this card came out for me and my solstice in Stars and Cards for July. So here we got it. Here we go. Finally we got to it. And it's the 33, which is the master number frequency, the heart consciousness, which is all about creating from the place of heart, not from the limited mind space, unless it's your higher mind. But that's of course connected to your heart, the mind and heart. Congruence, right? They have to be in alignment. So yeah, you can see a lot of green, a lot of healing, the violin, what you are bringing into creation, all the blossoming. So yeah, number 33. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the action, number 6. And isn't that interesting? Those are 2 6s. 33 number 6 and 15 number 6. And obviously 15 in a tarot is the devil card. So who is stopping you from taking an action towards what you want to bring into manifestation, what you want to see growing in your life, what you want to bloom into? And usually is the old contracts, right? And that's why we have Saturn and Neptune retrograde trining this moon, because it's saying you are the one that can change it, the only one, because of course between Leo and Capricorn there is an inconjunction. So we don't know, we don't see, but when you tune in, you will realize that you were that all along. So yeah, action. Where do you have to take an action to bring that which you desire into manifestation? And that will be unfolding as we go in more into the cycle, because of course new moon is, it's got no light, there is just the seeding process. But yeah, eventually you will become whatever you want to become, but you have to make a step towards it, whether it's a physical action like doing something, which usually is the inspired action, or whether it's first the healing process, and at this stage, because of course of all these retrograde planets, and also Pluto being retrograde in a sign of Aquarius in opposition with this moon, it's an inward process, because a retrograde always takes you inside to individuate, to create your own expression of the energy. And number 6, of course, is all about balance. And number 6 in tarot is the choice, right? So here we go. You can make a choice to balance the things by deciding what it is that you want and what it is that you need to do in order to get where you want to go. And this is also, I feel, the new phase conjunction between Mars and Virgo. What are the small adjustments that you can make every day to get where you're going? Because of course Mars at South Node and also Uranus are currently ruled by Mercury retrograde, right? So the heart space, tune into your heart. That's where you find all the answers, the desire for what it is that you want, and also the guidance for the inspired action, what needs to take place in order to get there. All right, now we're gonna go to Queen of the Sun. So let's see what the Sun wants to tell us, because this is the one moon ruled by the Sun. One moon ruled by the Sun in the entire year, the Leo new moon. All right, let's see what is the message from the Sun about this Leo new moon, please. All right, this one, focus. We had this one before, right? We had this one last time, I'm pretty sure, with the last lunation. I'm pretty sure it was the Capricorn full moon we had this one. Or if not Capricorn full moon, then the Cancer new moon, but it was literally within the last month, the focus, number 4. Yeah, be very focused on what you want. And this is the trine from Saturn and Neptune. If you want to create something different, you have to take responsibility for creating it. This is a Saturn Neptune in Aries, retrograde, Mars in the sign of Virgo. Learn from the past. Don't allow someone else to make the choices for you, because they might not have your best interest as a part of their best interest, because everybody's authentic expression is different and everybody's sense of purpose is different. Some people are living to their purpose by being the shadow players. That's their purpose. That's what they came here to do. So focus on what it is for you, And again, you can see the candle is burning in the crown chakra, in the head. Connect. You know, she has her eyes closed, and, you know, it's all this fog, you know, things are not what they seem. Things are not what they seem, because the Leo and Pisces, there is an inconjunction. Don't get lost in the Maya. Don't get lost also in that, because we are, you know, this is also what I already said in the part 1. We are part of the oneness and wholeness, but you came here to express yourself uniquely, you know, through your own signature, through your own authentic expression. So don't get lost in what everybody else is doing, in the comparison, you know, like, oh, you know, this is what's going on, this is what everybody else is after, or whatever. No, you know, attune to your own guidance, to your own meaning, to your own destiny. And at the bottom we have ideas. This also already came up, number 9. Yeah, this is the year that will create the new, you know, because it's the necessity is the mother of invention. Yeah, this is what I can see in this card. Necessity is the mother of the invention. Solar cycle 9, the 9, this is the year, right? So focus on what do you want to create, because the old is ending. This is the last ingress of Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus into former sign, you know, by the end of the year. Of course, Saturn September, Neptune will ingress back in at the end of October, and Uranus not until, you know, next year. But anyway, it's going back into Taurus. So here we go. Yeah, focus on what you want to create. You have the power to create. What do you want to blossom into? What do you need to take action on to change, right? The number 15, you are not bound. You are not bound to the past, only if you choose it to, right? Because Saturn, Neptune are trying in this moon. It's say, you're free to go, but you need to step into your own authority and take responsibility for what you're creating. And speaking of that, let's just pull the card from Sacred Destiny first, before we take the portal card. Yeah, because, you know, this is all very destiny by your choice, right? Like with the Saturn and Neptune in Aries, you can learn from the past and break from the wheel of the karma, you know, by neutralizing the energy that's all the oppositions. Take a charge out of it, and then you're free to be yourself. You no longer have to play the roles, you know, the roles that were designed to you by the past, you know, the past lives, the unhealed, unresolved energy. You can choose for yourself the role that you wish to play going forward. So focus what it is. Look within, connect. Don't look outside of you for the answers. Don't compete and don't compare yourself to others, because everybody's purpose is different. So let's see the Sacred Destiny. What is the message from the Sacred Destiny? Leo New Moon, Sacred Destiny. What is the message? It doesn't want to say, because it's like it's different for different people, you know. There is no one thing, you know. That's the split of the timelines. Okay, just a general message, guidance, message of guidance for the Leo New Moon. Abundance. Yeah, this is again about the blossoming, right? You see, abundance. You know, you came here to be abundant. You came here to be joyous. You came here to experience the heaven on earth. That's why we came back. We didn't come here to recreate Pisces age, you know. We already had 2,000 years of it, no thanks. So yeah, abundance. What does it mean to you? What abundance mean to you? Because obviously Venus being a sign of Gemini, you know, now with Mercury retrograde in Leo, connected, you know, to this moon, new phase, even though Sun and Mercury will have a conjunction after that, but, you know, anyway, with the static point in the sky, it's a new phase. So we are reevaluating. What does abundance mean to you? What do you wish to manifest? You know, what do you desire? What do you want to create, right? And at the bottom, new beginnings. One way or another, new beginnings. Uranus 0 degree, the analytic degrees of Aries, right? Ruled by Mercury retrograde. Decide what does it mean to you, because we are going ahead. Humanity is going ahead. Kicking no screen, you know, voluntarily. So isn't it better to choose for yourself, right? Yeah, new beginnings. This is where we at. We are birthing the new timelines. All of these new lunations with the planets in the new signs. This is very powerful. You know, these planets in the new sign. This is the first new moon with Uranus in Gemini. So yeah, new beginnings. New beginnings are happening. You know, this is all preparation for the next year. So decide what abundance means to you. And, you know, what do you need to do? What action you need to take? Focus, you know, focus. What are the ideas that are coming to you that are not the replication of the past, but they come in from your own, you know, sacral chakra? What do you want to create? You know, what does blossoming mean to you? What does abundance mean to you? What do you need to do in order to become a frequency match to it? All right, and now we're gonna go for the portal. Let's see what is the portal that's opening up to us with the new moon in Leo on Thursday. The day of Jupiter, indeed. The day of Jupiter expansion. Okay, what is the portal that is becoming available to us at this Leo new moon prior to Lionsgate? All right, Leo new moon. Leo new moon portal. All right. Okay, I'm looking at this one. Let's take this one. Order of Melchizedek. Embrace the light, mission uncovered, don't give up. Yeah, we had this card before. I don't remember when, but we had it before. Don't give up. It's interesting because it's exactly the same colors. You see, the same colors as in her like skirt, right? Interesting. All right, so Order of Melchizedek and Star Gathering. We had this before as well. This is the star families coming home together. Stars align, remembering home, soul family. This is again about the authenticity, you know, your authentic expression. How can you attract your soul family if you're not being authentic when you're wearing masks? You know, so is that courage, Leo, courage to be yourself. Remembering home, stars align, soul family. You know, soul family is coming together to create this future we came here to create. Embraced by light, mission uncovered, don't give up. Okay, let's see about the Melchizedek. Remind ourselves about the Melchizedek. Order of Melchizedek. Oh, and the star gathering opened, so okay, we need to remind ourselves about that too. You're not alone, because that's the hardest part. We feel we are alone, and if we break free from the mass consciousness, then we will not survive, because we'll be alone, right? So Order of Melchizedek, just a message. You have learned so much and are now recognizing all the great lessons your experiences and challenges have brought you. The Order of Melchizedek is coming to you today to encourage you to continue on this pathway and not to give up. Even in moments of darkness and fear, there is the opportunity for you to share your light. If you feel overwhelmed, it's imperative for you to know you're not alone. Light is with you and within you, and by invoking spiritual support, you will be able to master up the strength, courage, and focus you need to surmount whatever challenges you face. Now I understand why the soul family wanted to be star gathering, why it wanted to be reminded. So the star gathering, you know, star aligned, remembering home, soul family. The stars have aligned. You have found the lost pieces of yourself and your energy, and now is your time to shine. That's very Leo. You are magnetic, attracting people, energies, and opportunities that will allow your dreams to unfold. This is a time of wishes fulfilled. Isn't that interesting? You know, with the blossoming and the abundance, and we think that the world is going to hell, and actually it's saying that no, this is exactly the time where the new is possible, because the old is dying. It's creating space, you know, like it's the trine Jupiter to Pisces North Node, you know, and also the square from Venus to the nodes resolution, the North Node, you know, like we need to release, we need to let go, we need to let go of who we were, we need to let go of all these stories, we need to make space. The new cannot come in until we make space for it, you know, so that makes perfect sense. This is a time of wishes fulfilled. All of your dedication, focus, and dreams has paid off, and now you can reap the rewards. It's important for you to know that this plane of existence is your rightful place, and not to spend too much time trying to transcend this reality, for you chose to be here at this time. Make the most of this powerful opportunity. If you're feeling particularly connected to certain individuals at this time, it's because you are finding your star family beings you connected with before you entered the cycle of physical incarnation. And as long as you are connected to yourself, you are home. Wow, those pretty powerful messages, right? So yeah. But you know, how do you know? How do you know who are your right people if you don't know who you are? And it's even better, not like, if you think you know who you are, then it's again replication of the past. It's like you sense, you feel, you are attuned without labeling, without identifying, because for as as soon as we label something, we limit it to that one definition. So this is kind of a trippy times, right? Trippy times. Okay, let's pull final card. Major Arcana. What is the secret, the secrets of this new moon in Leo? Major Arcana. What is it that we ought to know at this time with regards to the new moon in Leo 2025? Okay, Lovers, the choice. And it was kind of like to the side. A lot of us don't know they have choice, it was like, do I really have a choice? I don't know. Look at the world. Look at what's going on out there. Yeah, another 6, we know we had the blooming, right? Blossoming, 33, there was our number 6, and then the other one, which I don't know where it's gone now, with all these cards. Oh yeah, the action, number 15. Yeah, so here we got it, number 15, the and this, oh yeah, and look at the bottom. Yeah, the death. All right, there is the 6, there is another 6, and at the bottom we have the death. Perfect. And yeah, Emperor. Why the old has to die? Because the new has to begin. This is an Aries card, which says new beginning, but to me, of course, Mars in Capricorn here, you can see, this is not Aries with the beard, but in any case, or Saturn in Aries, yeah, you could say Saturn in Aries. Look, Saturn in Aries, here is the Aries. So yeah, you have the opportunity to become a conscious creator of your reality, but have you learned, the new phase conjunction between Mars and the North Node as of Monday, have you learned, the old has to die. This is exactly what I was just saying, and this is the number 13. And this is perfect. Oh my gosh. This is the pair. Number 4 and number 13. Yeah, this is when I was learning tarot. My teacher said that this guy, is technically, look at this guy, this is what this guy has underneath. He's the same person. Sometimes the old has to die, like the old empires and stuff, like, all these empires that were ruling the world in the past, and they were like, the unconquerable, right? And they all gone. It's only the ruins, because everything has to die at some point. It's the law of impermanence. This is a Scorpio card. Law of impermanence. And then there is always the desire for the new, but we are not new, we've been here before. The soul is not like, there are some that are young souls, but most of us, we've been here before. We've been here, we have the expertise of this planet, we came on time where this can be put into practice. So we need to let the old go. We have to allow the old to die, because the new is here to be created, and it's a choice. What is it going to be for you? It's your choice. So allow, focus, allow that what you want to, what represents the blossoming, what represents the abundance, to guide you to make the choice from the place of heart, right? Because the new beginnings are inevitable. Saturn and Neptune are going to return back to the sign of Aries very early in 2026. January for Neptune and February for Saturn. And then we have the conjunction on 0.0 degrees. So what are you choosing to create, become the conscious creator of? That's your choice. That's your choice. Yeah. And Mercury, being in Leo retrograde, is inviting you back into your heart. So choose from the heart space, not from the mind, because the mind is a replication of the past. All right, I think this is spot on with everything else that's going on out there. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to close this session. And thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for supporting my channel. If there is anybody else you think would benefit, then definitely share. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Much love everyone, and have a great new moon in Leo. Bye for now.